guys, I'm Lillian, aka Sitchime on Instagram and here on YouTube. Thank you for joining me. I hope you find something of interest. Today is the 5th of May 2023 and I am back with a new Flosstube update. Today I finally have a few things to show you. Last week I only had 2 things to show you, this time it's 5. So that's very much an improvement. We will get into those in a second, but first I want to tell you something really quickly, or mention something really quickly. For those of you who might have missed it somehow, I have launched another channel that's going to be all about my journey towards homesteading and self-sufficiency. So if you are interested in that, feel free to hop over to the link in the description box down below, and I hope I will see you there. That being said, this channel is not going to turn into a promotion channel for the second channel. Just to be clear about everything, I just wanted to mention it a couple of times towards the launch and now with the first video after the launch. And from now on, this channel is going to turn into, or go back to normal, basically. So, that being said, let's get into the actual video, shall we? So like I said, I have 5 whips to show you, 4 of which are stitching. So, the main project of the day I will start with is Spring Queen, which is a Heaven and Earth Designs artwork by Bridget Ashwood. And I do think I have finally figured out how I can put in a comparison picture or a previous picture, what do we call it again? What it looked like before picture next to the current project. So we will try and find out if that works today. So yeah. Some other things that I should explain, by the way, is about WhipGo and stuff. This month, so in May, Spring Queen was called for 2 blocks of WhipGo, which means 2000 stitches for me. Last month it was also called twice, but I did work in advance and I only needed 600 more stitches to be done for May already, basically. So what I did was I already stitched those 600 stitches in the last few days of April. So technically I have all of my WhipGo goals for May completed before May even started. So I guess that's a nice thing to have. So I will try and put the comparison picture to the side somehow, but this is where we are at. So basically this diagonal that's partly done, that's new. And now I'm just going to leave it for May and I will pick it back up when it is called again, I believe. Except it gets called for Mania, which I will get into in a second. I love these colors. I hope the camera is picking them up alright. They are kind of flashing out, but this is really, really pink. And then the exciting thing is that within this page, in the bottom right corner here, the part of a butterfly is coming in. So this little butterfly there, that will come in there. So a new set of colors, which we already got a new set of colors with the leaves, because they were not in the page above. So we have green colors coming in and soon we will have some purplish colors. It's so bright and colorful and everything. I love it. I just love it. Okay. That's Spring Queen. So since the last time you've seen this, I've done 6 blocks and this time that was 597 stitches. And it is done up to 3.44% done. So those were my last few days of April stitching wise. I did work on a sweater, on a crochet project, but I will show that after the stitching, like I always do. Then May started, and I last minute decided I wanted to participate in Mania somehow. If you're new and you don't know what Mania is, Mania, if I'm correct, started in 2015, and back then the concept was to start a new project for the first 15 days of May. So every day a new project, 15 new starts. That's madness to me. And then the years after, everyone started doing their own thing. So some people stayed within the 15 starts in the first 15 days of Mania, of May, and call it Mania. Other people grew with the years. So in 2020, do for the first 20 days of May a new starts, which gets increasingly more insane. And other people made up totally different things, like work on a different project every day. I once did work on a different color every day. So you can do your own thing. This year I decided to do kind of the same thing as, what is it called? Arbitrary August, I think. So basically what I did is I put everything, all of my projects, stitching and crochet and knitting, everything into a wheel. Because it's not that many, I don't have that many projects. I think in total it's 8 projects now. Including my travel whips, everything. And I spin it every day, or every day at least that I get to stitch. Yesterday I did not get to stitch. I technically did have time, but I was tired and didn't have any brain power left to stitch, which is fine. And so every day a random project gets chosen and I work on that. Despite any of my goals for the month or WhipGo calls. But I will just work on, so for WhipGo the stitching projects are already done, and I can just work on the knitting and crochet projects after the first 15 days of May, so the last half of May, because I'm only going to be doing this for the first 15 days, I've decided. And for now, we've already had the first 4 days, and the 4th day I did not stitch, so 3 days, 3 projects. Okay, now that that's explained, long story, isn't it? Let's get started. First project that got called was Ukraine. So my travel project. I did, however, already work on this in April for 1 day since the last time you've seen this. So since the last time you've seen this, I have done 281 stitches, but part of that was already done before Mania. But that doesn't matter. So this is the project. Stitching this obviously to try and support Ukraine and gain awareness, I guess. Every time I work on this, I try to stand still by the fact that everything is happening there, and yeah. Just a bit of awareness in my life and perhaps in yours. And this is where we are. Oh, no, I don't have to put in a picture before, because I can just put it to the side. Hopefully that works. This is where we are up to now. So what is new is I have finished all the yellow. So a lot of the yellow in here is filled in. And I have continued working with this middle blue color. And once that's done, the only thing that I have left to do is fill in the blanks with this lightest blue. And then it will be done. Yeah. Okay. 281 stitches, already told you that. That is Ukraine. Then the 2nd of May, I spun the wheel again and Twilight Bridge got called. And I kind of liked this concept, because Twilight Bridge, Dimensions Gold Collection kit, is extreme confetti heavy and very difficult for me to work with, or to work on, whatever you want to call it. So normally when it is called for WIPGO, I have to work on it for multiple days in a month. And I have found that kind of puts me off, because I don't really want to work on this a lot, but then also I do want to work on it somewhat, because I do want to finish it someday. I do like the picture, so I'm not getting rid of the project. But now for Mania, now that it's only called for one day, it's manageable. I can just work for this one evening, doesn't matter how many stitches I do, just put in a little bit. And that's enough. And that really worked for me. Now I don't mind that it's still in my WIPGO board, because I do really like WIPGO and the concept of that, and it's not like it's a huge deal when it is called, but this was definitely a bit more relaxed for me. I'm now noticing that the angle of the camera is slightly off 90 degrees. I maybe shouldn't have mentioned that, because now you will notice as well, but that's okay. Yeah, I'll put in a picture next to it, hopefully. There's not too much, maybe I should turn it around, do it on the other side, yes. There's not too much difference, because it's only 69 stitches. Only 69 stitches. And it's that little stitches because I was working on a very difficult part. I worked on this part of the house, like this light brown part, that's all that's new. So everything in this frame, and then like 3 more stitches in grey underneath there. That's new. That's it. And why it's difficult is because this entire project kit came with a pattern that's split into 2 pieces without an overlay section. So in order to figure out, because I am feathering between the pages, so some of the stitches are on the second page and then some on this page are like not stitched. So I had to figure out where it lines up and exactly which symbol goes where on the second page. Which was very interesting and difficult to do. So it was very slow going, but I did want to get it done someday, so I might as well use this Mania day to work on that and save myself the frustration for when I have to work on it for a few more stitches in a month. Okay. That's Twilight Bridge. 69 stitches, nothing else to tell you. Twilight Bridge. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay. The last stitching project. So on the 3rd of May, I spun the wheel again, obviously, and reading time got called. So this is another Heaven and Earth. This is my most recent new start. Oh, again, I have been wanting to mention this for a long time, for the past few videos. I forget to mention every single time that I show Spring Queen that I started it with Amy from Creativity by Gidge. Which is embarrassing. I have not forgotten about you, Amy, of course not. I just kind of forget when I show it. I don't know why. But now that I am remembering, Spring Queen is started with Amy. And I have not forgotten. This is Mini Reading Time by Randall Spengler, another Heaven and Earth Designs. I started this with Laura. I will put in links in the description down below. Yeah. And the progress is very interesting. Not. I have done 1 block, 99 stitches, and that's it. So I'm not going to even bother to put in the picture. This is where I'm up to, and the one that's new is this in the corner. This one up there. That's new, and that's it. but it is very interesting. Now if you're new and you don't know how I'm stitching this and you think like, what the F is she doing? This is a crazy method that I came up with kind of myself. I am stitching, the rough version of this is I am stitching for every 2 blocks that's done in a page, I am doing 1 in the next page. So 2 blocks in page 1 equals 1 block in page 2 and so forth. So 4, 2, 1 and so forth and so forth. Okay, so that is what we are up to. It is now up to 4.80%. Since it's a mini, it's going really fast, which is very, very satisfying. Okay. If you are interested in the long explanation, because there's a lot to it, to this method. It's not just what I told you, if you are interested in that, I posted a video on my channel, you can look it up, explaining my new start. So, and it goes into a lot more detail than what I do now, because I'm not going to go into detail every single video when I show it. So that's all of the stitching. So if you were here only for the stitching, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. I have one more project to show you, which is my sweater, or the sweater that I'm crocheting for my mom. Let me get it. And this was called for April. Honestly, I don't kind of remember what was called for May, so you will just have to see next time. But this was already done before April. This is the front part of the sweater. Goes like this, obviously. And it has a cable in the front that splits off to the sides along the neck. Then I started on the back. Take out the needle. And the back, and of course my dad's coming in, I can hear him, is just straight up and down, for now at least. So the way I understand this works is this is the same amount of stitches as on the front, on the longest part of the front. You start in the middle, so if this was my back, not the front, you start in the middle and you work one way. You do the same amount of rows as on the front until your shoulder portion, so until here. Then add 3, question mark. Yeah, add 3 to compensate for the cable in between, so 3 would shift it to there, to in the middle of the cable compared to the front. And then you do the underarm portion, and that's 1/2 of your back complete. And then I believe, I have not looked up forward into the pattern where it goes next, but I assume you would next do the other side, exactly the same thing, but on the other side. And that would be your back, and then I guess you would attach it, and there's a border going around the bottom, and I think there's something to do along the neck, and of course the sleeves, and that would be the sweater. So that is what we are up to, and I do believe, but I'm not sure, so don't quote me on it, that this sweater is also called for May. And now for May I want to, so technically the goal is 3 to 5 days, and I believe that in 3 to 5 days I can finish this half of the back. So that's the goal for May. And maybe, get it? Maybe, bad joke. You will see this next time, if I have gotten around to it by then, because first there will be Mania for 15 days. I don't know when I will be back to meet you again. Yeah, that's everything I had to show you. I don't think I have anything else to tell you. So perhaps you want to tell me stuff. feel free to leave a comment in the description box. Feel free to leave a comment down below. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. I will be happy to help you and answer your questions, if I can, of course. Yeah, that's everything. So thank you very, very much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy. Happy stitching. Bye guys.